Okay, it's just week one. My happiness is not tied to how the Eagles do as a franchise. I'm my own independent person with my own life outside of this team. I can do this. All right, guys, we made it through week one, and it's about damn time. Hell of a week for football, hell of a week for fantasy. I know some of you had a pretty good week, and some of us blew a 17-point lead to a team that doesn't have a name. Hold on, I can't do this.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
All right, hopefully that helps. It doesn't, but it's the best I got right now. Well, let's go ahead and get on with it. So, let's wrap up what happened with our league and along with the NFL in week one here. So, first thing I'm going to go do here is we'll talk about some of the highest scores at each position and who had them. So, quarterback, top scorer was the old man himself, the old sheriff, Aaron Rodgers, who was doing a bang-up job sitting on RS's bench. Close behind him was Russ, who Seahawks finally let him cook, and Steve felt the benefit of that. Good Lord. Up at running back, we got Josh Jacobs was number one, which I had him in another league, and it was freaking fantastic. Right behind him was CMC, which Jose didn't even need to beat me. I sucked ass anyway. Coming up a wide receiver, we had Devontae Adams, which Steve also had, which is one of the reasons he won by 60. And then Ridley, who had Ridley? Oh, Arias did. Arias had Ridley. Thankfully, he needed that. At tight end, Dallas Goedert was the top scorer, the Eagles' backup tight end, who's sitting pretty on waiver wires right now. And then Nate got some good points out of Mark Andrews, or else he might have lost by 100. Pretty close. Top flex options were Thielen and DeAndre Hopkins for Tom and Randall, respectively. Top scoring defenses, this one was a tie. Both with 17 points. We had the New Orleans defense. Oh my God, Tom Brady might be assistant quarterback. Who would have thought? And I can't believe I'm going to say this. The Washington football team. God dang it. Ugh. Still can't believe that. Still not over it. Top scoring kickers. We had three of them actually who got 12 points. All of them were sitting out on waiver wires and surprisingly not on Ryan's bench. I'm sure he'll fix that this week if he can figure out how the waiver wire works. So that was some of our best players. Crazy week one. Super high scoring. We'll see how much that keeps up over the rest of the season. Sure made football fun to watch for the most part. So let's go through the standings here. Usually I'd be excited for this part. Not so much this week. So coming in dead last is me. If you guys noticed, I didn't play Derrick Henry last night. I rested him so I could have first crack at the waiver wires, and it paid off. Had I played him, I would have finished only second to last, and that wouldn't have mattered because again, I don't think Ryan knows how to use the waiver wire, so I'm not really worried about him getting Nyheim Hines back, who I dropped on Sunday morning and is now going to be like really good. But I'm going to get him back, so that's where my team's at. We are mostly going to be relying on Nyheim Hines to salvage this fantasy season. I think I scored one. I think I had one touchdown, even if I had put Derrick Henry in. Yeah, I would have scored one touchdown from all my skill players. So I don't know what to think about that. Hopefully there's some positive regression there, or else I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have to figure something out, and it's not gonna be pretty. Very least I had Robbie Anderson get something on my bench, but yeah, this is pretty much the exact opposite of how I thought I was gonna start. So we're gonna move on, and hopefully Terry's gonna put it in reverse, and we're gonna shoot back up the standings. We'll find out. Somehow, miraculously, in ninth place is and just to recap, I lost by 50 points this week to Jose. Had I put in Henry, I would have lost by 34 points, so it didn't matter. All right, so in ninth we've got Ryan, who I didn't write that down. Damn, who only lost by 26, and somehow is not in last place. I mean, I know that was on purpose, but goddamn, let's give him some props for not being in last place for once. Um, the two kicker draft strategy was bold, and it didn't pay off as he played the kicker who got -1 point as opposed to the one who got 11 points. Had he played the right kicker and played Matt Ryan, Ryan actually could have won a week. So there is potential here. Or the right tight end. Goddamn, there's a lot of ways you could have won. So yeah, there's some potential here. Um, Running back is still going to be a problem. He's basically got nobody outside of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I don't. If I offered Ryan $1,000, I don't think he could tell me what team Clyde Edwards-Helaire plays for. But CH looked better than I thought he was. He was going to, so maybe I was wrong about that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Michael Thomas's high ankle sprain doesn't hamper him too much. And Allen Robinson may be getting traded somewhere because fair, the Bears are terrible, but I heard it might be Washington and even more terrible. So, so there's not a lot of upside there. So that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Ryan, just for your reference, waivers do run tomorrow. So if you want to pick up players, maybe try navigating over to that in the app and just see what you can do. I've got faith in you, buddy. You'll win one of these. All right, rounding out at 8th would be Dave, who only lost by 18 points. Not a bad week. With Miles Sanders out, he had to go back and try to rely on Corey Clement after I stole Boston Scott, which was a terrible move and just was not worth it at all. And they both did garbage, and so did the Eagles again. So that wasn't great. Mark Ingram was a big disappointment. I'm not sure what happened there, but thankfully you got J.K. Dobbins on your bench. So when Sanders comes back, if Dobbins gets more of a role, and James Robinson looked pretty good. Your running back depth is gonna pan out. The big problem here is old Timmy Brady didn't look so hot there. I think I saw a stat somewhere. He's now thrown a pick six in 3 straight games, and the last players to that were Matt Schaub and Blaine Gabbert back in 2013. So some elite company he's in there. So, see what goes on there. The good news for you is, even if you had played your best lineup, actually, I didn't see Robinson. Could you? 1, that's 10. No, even if you played your best lineup, you wouldn't quite have won. I don't think. I'm going to do the math on the fly. So that's good news. But the bad news is if you had played your best lineup, you wouldn't have won. So hopefully you get some more production out of the bench next time. Hopefully Wentz doesn't miss Rager on a bunch of deep throws, and hopefully get some uptick there. Let's go to 6th place here would be Nate. Whew, whopper of a week for Nate. He scored a lot of points. I think he had like the 4th or 5th amount of points in the league, but he got absolutely shellacked by 60. Good lord. I don't even know what to say about this. Your lineup, well, as someone who played both Odell Beckham and Keenan Allen a lot of last year, they were as garbage as they were this time, and you're going to be super frustrated because they should be good, and Odell's going to get targeted a shitload and not catch the ball, and you don't want to sit them because they have big names, and it's going to be terrible. Thankfully, on the plus side, you got Jonathan Taylor, who is projected to be the starting running back in Indy now, behind my boy Nyheim Hines, well, alongside. So that should be good there. Lindsey got hurt. That might not be too great. But I would say, it's disappointing, this fantasy outcome for you, but you also had to be a fan of the Lions and just watch them absolutely blow it to the high school football team that is the Bears and kissing titties Trubisky. Again, I'd say that was the worst disappointment, but I'm sure growing up as a Lions fan, you're kind of used to that. So it's just, just another day at the office for you. I think that might have even been worse than the Eagles' loss. Sorry there, buddy. Hopefully Galladay comes back and everything gets right in the world. Don't forget, you got my boy Minshew there on the bench, the stash, outscoring Stafford. Yeah, he's gonna be big. You best be on notice. All right, rounding in at 5th in our only close game. Well, not only, but our closest game of the week was Randall, who just barely got edged out by 3 points by Arias. He would have won the game if Connor had played for more than like 4 snaps or something, but he got injured. Who'd have thunk it? So we'll see what happens there. Maybe they were just playing it safe because they were down. Maybe they'll come back, or maybe he'll come back next week strong. But we'll just have to see. Um, yeah, your team freaking blew it up this week. I think that was our highest scoring total matchup. Yeah, it was, and you still lost, so that sucks. Um, the only downside I can see for your team is that there was pretty much zero production outside of on the bench. Maybe try to turn some of those guys over, but if your starters can keep playing like they did, David Johnson stays healthy. Obviously, the Cardinals love Hopkins. Maybe find someone better than Connor. Yeah, that could potentially be good, and maybe win some more of those in the future. So let's move up to 5th here, Neil, and I totally forgot to write any notes for Neil, so we're just gonna do this off the fly here. Okay, yeah, Jacobs, our top scorer of the week, which is awesome. I had him in another league, and it was fantastic. Drew Brees kind of sucked, but it's all right. He'll probably shake it off, especially if Thomas comes back from injury. The vaunted Bears defense, good as the 85 Bears I hear this year. Yeah, they got 0 points, so that's that wasn't great. Overall, the team did solid. It looks like good production out of the bench. Actually, everybody on your bench had double-digit points. So I know it's PPR, but that's still pretty good. That's looking like some good depth there. Oh, and Neil won by 26 in this one, so at 130. So yeah, Todd Gurley isn't hurt yet, so hopefully he can ride that until he is. And Woods and Higbee could be better if Goff wasn't so trash. He's just not a good quarterback, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, good win. I think there's good potential in the future. Hopefully you can keep winning because I know rooting for Trubisky is probably the worst thing in the world. So at least this can bring a little bit of light into your life and just not make it terrible. And don't give me this crap. Oh, he came back against the Lions. He threw 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. Yeah, okay, cool, fantastic, double doink. We're done. All right, in 4th place was Thomas, who won by 18. And where is he at? Over Dave. So, yeah, I have no idea. I watched the entire game, unfortunately, and I have no idea how Carson Wentz managed to get 33 frickin' points. He almost scored as much as Mahomes, and I don't think he even played the second half. I think he was just permanently sacked the entire time. They just gave up and said, instead of snapping the ball, they just gave it back to the Washington, counted sacks in our total. So yeah, I just cannot fathom. The numbers just don't add up. I don't know what's going on there. Old Man Thielen got 31, which is pretty good. Those two pretty much carried you in this one. The running backs, Chubb was a big disappointment. Hopefully, he bounces back there. But the Browns, it's their year, baby. Browns are starting to sound like Miami or Texas or something. They're back this year, and yeah, they suck again, which that's good. It's nice to have something normal this year, so that was fantastic to see. Your bench was freaking stacked. Holy crap. Mostert and Crowder both killed it. I don't know if they'll do it again, but that was some good points there. So good points on the bench. Good win. And still, hopefully, Carson can actually score some real points one time. God dang. Coming in 3rd, we've got Arias, the little Sebastians, who just edged out Randall by 3 points. Arias had the honor of having the best scoring quarterback this week, sitting right smack there on his bench. So, great planning there. I'm still a little surprised you won. I think you got a little lucky. Saquon had less rushing yards than Big Ben did last night. That was kind of incredible. He had 15 rushes for 6 carries. So, yeah, so hopefully he can fix that. You kind of got bailed out by Ridley with his 34 goddamn points, which was just insane. Don't count on that often. Well, I mean, count on good points, but don't count on 34. I got some concerns about your bench here, though, buddy. Between your four running backs that you have on the bench, they managed to score 22.5 points. That's bad. That's really bad. So you should probably fix that. But seeing as you're high up on the waiver wire, it's not going to happen. I might have some trades for you. Keep a lookout. Um, yeah, nothing else though. Good win, good close one. See how it comes in next week. All right, Jose, who did not need any help in kicking my ass, comes in at 2. Um, yeah, everyone played kind of solid for his team. McCaffrey played like he's supposed to, like #1 overall pick, almost 30 points, and his volume was even down a little bit from what it was last year. So still good to see he's putting up numbers. I think the biggest thing for Jose is what's going to happen with Kittle. He took a bit of a shot, not a shot to the knee, but he landed on his knee weird there. So hopefully he's not hurt. That would just suck for football in general, um, but especially for your team. Yeah, I didn't have too much to say about it. Looks pretty good. Rip Marlon Mack. That sucks. Naeem Hunt season, baby. Naeem Hines season. Let's go. Um, yeah, just don't get too cozy here. You won't have pushovers like me every week. So hopefully someone can put him up, give him a fight next week. That would at least be more exciting than I was. I just kind of rolled over and died. So hopefully you have some good sport out of it. All right. As much as it pains me to say this, the #1 leader of our league right now is Steve, who has changed his name because I think he may have come around to see the light that COVID might be a real thing. We're not sure yet. We're not sold, but we're getting close. He absolutely demolished, highest scoring by 20 freaking points over the next person, and Nate had never had a prayer against this. So yeah, Steve, my top note here is, dear God, please chill. This is just, that was a slaughter. If you do this every week, we're in trouble. Yeah, Russ blew it up. Devontae Adams blew it up. Even with Mixon only scoring 6 points, you still almost broke 200, which is just disgusting. So yeah, good job, buddy. See if that holds up. Your running back depth is looking about as shaky as Arias's here. You got Breida, and DeAndre Swift are the only other ones on your bench. Sorry, Nate, I'll try not to bring up Swift. We all know he dropped that game-winning touchdown against the Lions there, so rip. And outside of that, you literally have 2 running backs, so like Arias, probably something you should fix, but it's gonna be tough being last on the waiver wire. So you want some trades, I'm your guy. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for our wrap up here this week. There's a lot of points this week, not gonna lie. It seems like every week one, there's a lot of players that get overreacted over. Who scored a crazy amount of points last year. Sammy Watkins and Deshaun Jackson blew it up, and then were never heard from again. So we'll see who it is this week. We'll see who people go crazy for on the wires. Good luck to you guys getting your claims. Good luck to your teams this week. I unfortunately have to watch the Eagles play again against the Rams this time, and Wentz is probably going to be sacked. What's the NFL record? It's going to be doubled. He's going to be sacked probably about 400 times. So that's going to suck. So I'll be needing to get some more beers here for that game. But that's going to do it. Good luck, guys. This league's been fun. Even if I suck, this league's already been fun. It's just week 1. I know, yeah, this has been something. This has been good in the times we're going on now. So best of luck to you, gentlemen. Best of luck to your teams. And as always, fuck you, Spanos.